Welcome back to Mod Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 kids. And I'm the kind of guy who fixes things to the point that it's ridiculous. Like, some people, some things just aren't worth going to the links for. And so today, the coffee pot had grounds in it for whatever reason it messed up. And it wasn't until right before I started recording that I realized most people would probably just brew a new pot of coffee. I solve problems and am dripping the coffee again through a filter to get the coffee grounds out because that's how my brain works. I solve problems. This problem is not worth solving. This problem should have been solved by discarding the waste and doing if you're the way I am, you get why I did this. But I think most people be like, just make new coffee. What? Yeah. So anyway, this is what I'm doing this morning. We got a bunch of orders to ship out. So we're going to get into that. But I just thought this was kind of funny. Only 5 sales today, but they're pretty good ones. So if you see this cup out there in the wild, you guys saw me pick it up yesterday for $1.84 at Goodwill. It sold immediately for $40 free shipping. And the reason I priced it $40 free shipping is because there's currently a lot of 2 of these, and they're the only other ones available. On bid, they are at $76 with 12 hours to go and 28 bids. So I'm like, $40 will get me a quick sale if somebody's willing to pay $76 for 2. And I was right, but I don't know what that's worth. I'm excited to see where that auction ends. Assumably they're fairly rare. There aren't any listed on eBay complete right now, but I was looking and I was like, I wonder if I could collect enough parts for, you'd be hard pressed to get anything for less than $10 a piece, and then you'd be $30 in and sell it for $50. It wouldn't be really worth it, but it's neat. It's unbelievable. I'm glad that I picked it up thinking that it was a funny thing to bring home. If it had been $3, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but I'm glad I did. $3.50 yesterday. These sold for $18 free shipping. That seemed to be about where the comps were. There's my face in them. And I marked them a little bit low because I didn't know the brand or the size at all. They're just not marked. So I just listed them as outdoor master. Boy, you'd think I would be able to read that off real quick. Outdoor master. I think they're a subsidiary of Scott, who makes really good ones, but they sold for 18 free shipping. This sold for $15.50 free shipping in a day. It's a PlayStation 1, the ONE.
Hey, Dad.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have a snack?
Yeah. Can I finish talking to my friends first?
Yeah.
The PlayStation ONE. This is the power cord for it. Sold for $15. I bought several hundred of these heat transfers for $40, I think. This one sold for $10 free shipping. They are extremely slow movers. This might be something that ends up on Whatnot if I decide to do a Whatnot again. Because if I sold these all for $1 a piece, and I don't imagine they would go for $1 a piece, but if I sold them all for $1 a piece, I would make a ton of money based on my investment and what I've already made on them. Stir Crazies, $40 free shipping. I sell them every time I find them for $3 to $5. They're easy to ship. They always work, and if they don't work, the parts sell. Pretty easy to deal with. It's a little bit big, but as long as you have a big box, pretty easy. So that's the 5 that sold today. Evelyn needs a snack, so I'm gonna go do that. All right, so I didn't end up doing any thrifting at all yesterday, and so we are getting back into what sold for the morning on Saturday. First off, this is pretty cool. I bought 3 pairs of jeans for $8 each, so $16 into these 2 pair of jeans. And a buyer bought both of them at the same time. They're in at $76. And that only took like a day and a half. And while we're on theme for Levi's, this is a vintage men's Levi's jacket. I think it's an XL. I paid $13, sold for $39, I think, plus shipping. Yeah, $39 plus shipping. It's from the 90s, and you can tell because it's made in the US on the inside, and they stopped making jackets in the US in the mid 90s. And sticking with our on theme denim, these Lucky brand, I don't have any idea. These are in a box that's inventory so old I wasn't even confident that they'd be in there. Anyway, they sold for $19 plus shipping. Lucky brand does not do nearly as well as it did even 3 and 4 years ago. Matt Forte jersey. Here comes Evie. Matt Forte jersey I picked up for I think I paid $10. Sold for basically 28 plus shipping in less than a week. And these are not in the world of the best profits I ever made, but I spent $20 on these Oakley glasses this week, and they sold for $50 free shipping. And I mean, that's a pretty good profit for $20 investment in 1 week. For people who don't, I hate selling clothing. I would have sold nothing today if I wasn't selling apparel. These don't technically qualify as clothing, but clothing sells, and apparel, hats, shoes, glasses. I made a bunch of money today selling that stuff. I don't recommend niching down because I just don't think, unless you're intending to scale up to the point where you're not sourcing, people are sourcing for you. I don't think niching down makes sense because you literally are choosing to walk away from money. I know those Oreo coffee mugs. Tom just sold that for $40 in 10 minutes of listing it. But it's not in my category. Who cares? It's in your money category. It's like money is my category. I'm niched down to profitability most of the time. Anyway, I'm going to go ship some stuff. And this stuff could not possibly be easier to ship either. So these are the glasses, and they're bubble wrapped and then in some cardboard that I turned into a box, and then that box is bubble wrapped. Jeans, this is the Levi's jacket, the Forte jersey, and the Lucky brand jeans. And it took me all of about 5 minutes to pack. All right, so we are at an estate sale. It is the last day of a Thursday, Friday, Saturday estate sale company that is probably the biggest in the Peoria area, and they price their stuff pretty high. And I'm not sure there was a lot interesting, but I was driving by here anyway. So we're gonna jump in here and see if we can find anything.
Yeah, white on white, hard to see. Hey, I've missed them many times, especially the white on white.
I know what it is.
$4.50, yeah. It is. Yep.
Yeah, very nice.
Let's get one of those.
There you go.
Jay, I can't remember what this thing is. I've seen it before.
What do you think here?
I think I better take a step back.
Man, I'm trying to figure out what this is.
Is it like a,
I don't. Yeah, it could. Well, I don't know.
or
seen one.
almost like a tiller, or like a bulb?
Looks like a garden tool.
Yeah.
Look at that. Roller stick. Yeah.
I'm gonna Google Lens it.
Yep. I've never seen one.
Maybe you're just way too tall.
Got that.
How about a denim gourmet Mickey apron? All these little butterflies get the hangers broken off of them, but they're, well, that one doesn't. They're cool, some of them don't. It feels like at 50% off. This stuff must have been pretty overpriced in order to have this much stuff left this late. Because they've been open 2 hours on a half price day. How about this? $12.50 for a nutcracker. I don't know who that guy is, but that's a really cool picture.
Yeah.
$2.50 for a pair of speakers. Malibu lighting. Tires. LV371T.
I'll see that.
How we doing? Not too bad yourself? Good. Mike said his last name this morning, and I go, yeah. I'll tell you what. Oh, that's not good.
Malibu light stuff. Couple of baby dolls. Firebirds, aka not a Pontiac. Some bags. It's too bad that is crushed, but if this is cheap, I'll probably still pick it up. Illini Pride, that's a pretty beat to death hat. You know what? I bet that would clean up though. Yeah, it's just dust. I don't think it's in too bad a shape. These can do well if you feel like messing with them. Or at least they used to. I haven't tried any in a long while. Dang.
The kids are gonna be, it's gonna be, I'm wondering if they're gonna do the same thing.
Oh, the spoon's pretty messed up. That's the one that matches the fork, so that's $6 for the pair, but with that big whammo in it, I don't know if it's worth messing. So I spent a total of $16. I bought this thing, which was a contraption the guy had to something about golf clubs. But for $5, I just wanted this 4-foot straight edge measure. I spent $5 or $8 on all the golf head covers because I added what ended up being $3 worth. This was $5 and we threw the lampshade away, unfortunately, which might have been most of the value, but it wasn't valuable anymore. And then this hat was 50 cents. So I don't know how we got to $16, but now we're at Goodwill. So I'm gonna run in here and just quick in and out. I don't come here on the weekend most of the time, but I was out. And so I'm gonna take advantage of that and see if I can find anything, but it's gonna have to be Banger City. Lemon new with the tag for $20. Could be good. I'm gonna scan it. So it's probably a pretty good price for the person who wants to wear it. But I'm not gonna get 60 free shipping for it, so it's probably not worth it for me to pick it up at 20. If this isn't a kid's hat, that might be a good. It is. It's a youth. It's a vintage strap back. This is fairly unassuming, but it's a royal brand, and it's like size selectable. Pencil sharpener was nothing. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's somebody's name, Charlotte. I'm like, it's Denver, not Charlotte. I was thinking of the city. Over the Hill golf clubs are real swinger. Oh, these are like naked lady golf tees from 1998. Let's see if they're worth anything. $6 free shipping. I wasn't expecting them to be worth a fortune. I really was a little bit surprised that they weren't worth more than that. You can buy them. Somebody's got a bunch of them there. Just a replenishable listing for $6 free shipping. So good for them, not worth picking up for me. A couple of things on the bottom here look interesting. Now that Sony boombox, there's over 100 listed and not very many sold. I was thinking about this yesterday. It's $8. If it was half that price, the cord inside of it may be worth some money. So $1.85 for a bunch of whatever this is. A VCR. There's the part number. And it is 7. Bodum pour over and acts as an allies. And over here, I thought these would be interesting for $5 a piece. If they're definitely gonna check them out together. So I was literally just about to leave empty-handed, and now there's the potential to buy all of this stuff. So at $1.84, all of these things. For sure, the coffee maker was a big pass because it's just not worth much. So this has over 100% sell-through rate and should be $70 or $80 if it works. So these bags make these things a little bit hard to see what it says. So I poked this hole and you can see it says Germany in there, which means that one is probably $5 or $6 by itself. So this is going to be our pile. So this is kind of interesting. If you follow the channel closely, you remember that I just bought a DVD VCR recorder combo, DVD recorder combo that didn't have the remote and I couldn't really test it, so I went and spent $20 on the remote. I haven't gotten that remote yet, but this one is also a DVD recorder combo that doesn't have the remote. And I said spending $20 on the remote, even if it doesn't end up working, I can recoup my cost on the remote by reselling the remote because I bought the only one in the market at 20 bucks. I can probably put it back up for 30 and sell it. And this one is not that way. There are no used remotes for this. There are only Chinese reproduction remotes, which don't carry much used value because they're only $12 to start with. So I'm gonna check the mail. If I spend $12 on a remote for this, and I very well may, I'm gonna be, and it doesn't work, I'm gonna be out the $12. I can return the dumb thing, and I've decided that I'm gonna do the return policy if I take it inside right now and it doesn't work sufficiently. And if it does work as far as I can test it with a remote, then I'll buy a remote to sell it, because they just don't sell without remotes very well because they're hard to use. And then we'll go from there. But buying these DVD recorders, VCR combo units is quite a bit of a gamble, because you kind of, like, they will sell for half of what they're worth without a remote. We'll just have to see how I do with this one. All right, well, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, following, clicking the bell, all the things that you do. Tell them see you on the next one.